Special Report.
Yet calls upon one of the strangest things in existence.
Neil Armstrong may have seen extraterrestrials on the moon.
When he spies a discernible shape.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
You can deny all the things I've seen, all the things I've discovered, but not for much longer. Because too many others know what's happening out there. And no one, no government agency has jurisdiction over the truth.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Full Spectrum Universe. We are here with another amazing show for you tonight. I figured out that, you know, a lot of people, what I used to do is I used to never really do a lot of interviews. So people would say, I used to bring a lot of news, you know, whether it be on different topics, ufology, paranormal, science, history, all that good stuff. So I figured tonight was the night that we would spend a little time, myself and the audience, maybe for people on RU Media Network who don't really know me very well, to get a feel for who I am, what I talk about, my likes, interests. Also, so a lot of the latest breaking paranormal news. We have some stuff about space, which I love, which is astronomy. We also have some UFO news. I've got quite a big show planned, and it's just going to be me and you, the audience. What I did is I posted a link inside of the comments, no matter where you are, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube. This is one of those shows where I like to interact with the audience a little bit. So anybody who has a topic that they want to talk about and or a statement to make, as long as it is abiding by the rules of what we're doing tonight, please jump in. Or if they have something that they want to say, I'm going to tell you right now, right off the bat, and I'm just going to touch on this briefly because I really don't want to talk about it. But as we all know, we heard all week long about politics, elections. Tonight is not that night. Throw that shit by the wayside. Tonight we're having fun. We're going into the news that really matters. That's the stuff that really matters to us. Enough of what mainstream media is talking about, because this is the only spot that matters right here. This is the only place where you should be getting your news, whether it be on this show. There's multiple shows that you can get it from. But I'm going to tell you right now, I am the ultimate outsider. And I do have a great grasp of what's going on in a sense of news that permeates at a lower level that isn't so much mainstream. So with that being said, tonight we're going to get into some really radical stuff. We're going to do reviews of a new paranormal show that just came out. But it's not a paranormal show as in investigations, but it kind of is. It's more of a written show that is it's sort of a show that's a comedy with people that you know, that you've seen on a lot of different TV shows and movies. They decided to do this because they know that the zeitgeist right now is the paranormal. So a lot of the people in that paranormal have they decided to transcend that into a show that they can script and write and have a good time with it. Before we get to that, I want to show you my favorite meme of the day. My favorite meme of the day was pretty funny. Also, we have a little shameless plugging to do, as in my friends. I like to make sure that everybody sees them and gets to know what they're doing, so you can enjoy in the events and festivals and things like that they are doing. Of course, we always talk about Texas Paracon. Texas Paracon is coming up. Please do yourself a favor. Find out what it is. I also would like to put up for everybody, Fulham Reproductions presents a night at the Berkeley Plantation, December 12th. It'll have my favorite, April, the psychic housewife of New Jersey. It'll also have Natalie Jones. She is also one of my favorites. Mike Diamond, I don't really know very well. Tickets start at $50. Get them now. They are selling out as fast as possible. And let me tell you, this is going to be one of those events that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. I truly believe that. So please support them, support us, and support everybody that goes along with that. With that being said, it's that time. It's that time we talk about the marquee that I usually put in the back over here. And what that marquee is something that a thought that I have throughout the week, a thought that I have throughout the day. This is actually the third show that I've used the same marquee. And I think it's super important. And I'm going to tell you why. there is so much going on in the world that it's really difficult to center yourself, look at your ambitions. Good evening, Jason. Thank you. How Sound Paranormal team is actually tuning in tonight. We appreciate you. If you feel like jumping on, Jason, come on in. With that being said, let's get back to the marquee. The marquee, like I said, is a thought that I have, but I think it's super important. It usually gives a message, something that drums up inside of me that I feel like I need to tell people, or that people need to take notice of. And one of those things is that with so much peril going on out there, and so many things that are undecisive right now, and so many things that are just, against everybody who does what we do, whether it be in the paranormal community. There's egos that get in the way, but there also is a community. So in the end, what it really means is that you make your own story. You determine what you do, who sees what you do, your ambition, your drive. A lot of that has to in detail with your personality. Some people are a little bit more laid back, but I'm going to tell everybody, grab life by the bootstraps, pull them up and go for it, man. You make that story. Nobody, or woman, I'm sorry, man or woman, whoever it may be, nobody can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. This is episode 21. This started during the pandemic. When I first started this, I never realized that it would catch on a little bit. And I wanted it to, of course, to be ever so clear about it. But, I have a girlfriend, and her, shout out to her mother, who usually watches me, and my mom and my father. And a lot of them didn't realize that I have a side of me that almost yearns to come out. When I'm in front of a camera like this, I feel very not empowered, but I feel like there's a side of me that I don't normally carry throughout the day. I usually tend to be very quiet. When I get here, I speak my mind. It's a different side of me than a lot of people saw. So now that people are seeing it, they are enjoying it, and I appreciate that more than anything, because positive feedback always helps, no matter what you're doing. But if you're out there and you need to hear it today, man, you're special. You're somebody, and I want everybody to achieve what they want in their life, and their dreams are important. You need to put your foot down, follow them, and take life by the bootstrap, pull it up, and walk on by, man. Just get it going, do you, and make it. Don't matter what anybody says. Sometimes we get hate mail too. We try and put a good product out there. Some people disagree with what we talk about, especially on the nights that we do talk politics. But you know what? Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I respect everybody's view on anything. That's why we ask certain questions when we have interviews like that. On another note, to go to something different, I actually started a TikTok yesterday. Did not know what I was expecting to see when I went on TikTok, but let me tell you, it is funny, man. Like, there are people out there who are definitely true comedians. You know what I mean? And they really don't, you see a different side of people. But what that TikTok is another platform that this, not so much airing on, but we will be promoting certain things. We'll be doing giveaways, stuff like that. So if you are on TikTok, I urge you, or I plead with you, to go to full_spectrum_universe, follow. We'll try and promote people that do that. We'll help you out in that as well. So on to some fun stuff, on to some funny stuff. I cruise the internet doing research all day long. When I mean all day long, I mean 12 hours of my day. Majority of it is literally me going through the internet, whether it be looking for articles, looking for research, Wikipedia, encyclopedias. I love history. So when I find something, what I always try and do is I try and take that situation or what's happening, and I try and look at it from a standpoint of history. Because when you look at it as a standpoint of what if it had happened before or something similar to it, 9 times out of 10, you can look at the 2 different ways that the outcomes could be, or the many different ways that the outcomes could come to fruition. And it's fun to see the different things that might happen from a situation. But in my ever so restless perusing of the internet, which is sort of my addiction as well, I came across this really cool meme, and I'm going to leave it up for a minute because I think truly, it is hilarious. A lot of people know who aren't up on times. Pokemon was really huge, and forget Pokemon Go. I chase the paranormal. It's very true. And another situation that I wanted to tell everybody about is I actually am on a team now. It is called Enchanted Visions Paranormal. We are based out of Arizona and New York. There are, as of right now, 2 people, and it's pretty funny. Jason actually said, as you as well. We started a TikTok yesterday as well. It's like the new thing, man. It's really getting crazy. It's really getting fun. But if what with this specific paranormal team, we are going to stay 2 for right now. Eventually, we will bring more people in, but we are working on some really, really big things in the near so future or in the somewhat further future. If you're using your remote and you see me pop up, tell everybody about it. We've got a lot of great things in the work. I want to thank Melinda. Melinda is my teammate, rescue medium Melinda. She is the psychic medium of the group. I am the lead investigator / historian. And we've got a lot of great things coming up. We're going to be filming a lot of our investigations when we get to that. It's going to be quite a ride. We're also going to be investigating a lot of other things than just paranormal activity, we'll say, in houses or commercial properties. We're going to be investigating different, like a lot of different subjects. When we get to them, I will be able to tell you more about it along with everything else. But we've got a lot of stuff in the works. We're working on a show right now, and it's going to be quite incredible if we can actually make that take off. Fingers crossed. Say prayers for me. And yeah, so it's pretty funny too, because, you know, when I started this, again, going back to it, I did not think that it was going to have the traction that it did, you know? And I want to thank RU Media again for helping with that, because we had one other episode on a different network that I'm on 2 different networks. So when I say the other network, I'm not going to visibly promote them here, but I'm going to tell you that there is another network. So I'll refer to them as the other network. I hit 1,000 views in 24 hours on the other network. And when you're starting this and you're averaging 200 views, 300, 400, maybe even 500, you're like, yes, awesome stuff. When you hit that 1,000 in 24 hours, it does something to you. It makes you want that so bad, the next videos that you do. And it was wild because not in 24 hours, I want to say the first episode we did on RU Media Network hit 1,000 views after about 6 or 7 days. The next one we did about 32 hours. The next week after that, it hit about 1,000. And then the last one we did was a replay. I mean, we did 930. We didn't hit quite the mark. Then we hit about 650. When you hit those 650 after hitting 1,000 for so many consecutive weeks, it makes you want to do better, but it also helps you to maintain this realization that not everything is going to be absorbed by everybody. Not everything is going to be picked up. That's super important, you know? Also, in the same breath, I couldn't have done those 1,000 episodes as we went by the weeks without RU Media. You know, RU Media's reach is getting bigger and bigger, which is why I do whatever I can to basically show up on everybody's show in the comments, show our full and effortless, you know, our support for every show on this station and on this network. It is truly phenomenal, the amount of people that they put together to put these shows in place. It is truly, truly great shows every night of the week, just about. And even sometimes 2 shows in that. So all the new people to RU Media, welcome to the family. You are truly appreciated in helping us get to that next level. I know Dave Oliver and Eric McGill are the ones that manage all this. I'm sure that they are as appreciative as I am as getting this name out and helping us reach the heights of which that we haven't seen yet. It's also, how you doing, Michelle? It's also really great. I try and tell people to come and like the page. And I know since I've been here, we've grown about 500 people in likes, which has only been about 2 or 3 months. So we're making headway. And I think that this is going to be something that really pops off even greater. We've popped off already. I mean, we're doing great things over here. If you aren't familiar with RU Media Network, you should do yourself a favor. Find their YouTube channel. Look at Resident Undead. They have their own show as if you were watching something that you saw on TV, but it's even better. They do different things. They do different aspects. They try. I know, and Our Haunted Minds is another great show with Eric McGill and David Walliver. This show is the conceptualization of the things that they do and how they strive to make it different and look at different ways in getting that contact is truly phenomenal. Oh, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If I thought anything different, honestly, I have no filters. I would say that. Wayne, John, awesome to see you, buddy. We're going to be doing an interview soon. I can't wait to talk to you, bud. I got to get in touch with you. It's been a really, really wild week. If you're on right now, bud, and you want to jump on and introduce yourself, I put everything in the comments of the show. I put the link in. Anybody that is listening right now is more than welcome to come on and talk to me. I love interactions with new people. So, it's been a wild ride so far. So 21 episodes in, and we've done some pretty incredible things, man. I mean, we've been on some really incredible shows. We've gotten some really incredible people on it. If you're not familiar with it, go to our YouTube site, check out the backup channels that we've done before this. It's been truly phenomenal, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and that is truly from the bottom of my heart. So with that being said, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee before I get dry mouth. We're about 20 minutes in. We're going to go into some news. I have some really, really crazy news for you guys. There is the new show that I was talking about. It's called Truth Seekers, and it's review. I'm going to tell you everything about Truth Seekers. It's the guys who did Hot Fuzz. It's got Nick Frost, Simon Pegg. It's basically the dream team. The return of a comedy series. It's pretty funny. They say that it's great. I'm going to read you a little excerpt of it. This is just what the doctor ordered these days in the gloom of doom. The Truth Seekers is a jolly blend of genuine scares, laughs. While there are dark, dank, scary spaces, decapitations, eye piercings, and angry ghosts that refuse to pass over, there are also people insisting a book written by a human with human blood and skin is worth 1,000 diddles or ditties that of the twat Matt Dillon. Don't know what that means, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen real quick so you guys can see what I'm looking at. It's really funny. I think it's going to be a really great show. It's definitely going to be something that you guys want to keep an eye out for. We're going to see what platform it goes on as we get through. You can describe through it. There is also a senior citizen who doesn't believe in wearing underpants, confuses dimensions with dementia, calling the mental asylum a loony bin is intensive to the homicidal maniacs, a question of whether one is dead or alive, met in reproving don't be so binary. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. I believe this is it's the broadcast from Smile Internet in the UK. It is also, I think, on YouTube channels, which you can find under Truth Seekers. Truly, it's going to be something that's really, really great. I think it's also going to be on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be a lot of fun. So do yourself a favor, check out this show. From what I'm hearing, I know people in the business who actually got to see this before it actually dropped. They said that it is, like it says, like laugh your underpants off funny. I truly believe that people should check these things out. We should always be helping other people and promoting their stuff. It's really, really great. Oh, wow. Wayne John is actually in England where this actually takes place. And so he just woke up. It's 1:23 a.m. Here for a drink. I thought I'd pop on and say hi, chap. Definitely do a live together, and I've watched it. It's on Amazon Prime. There we go. So it is on Amazon. Really awesome. It has debuted, but I really heard it was really great. Oh, awesome. We got House Sound Paranormal coming in. Awesome. Jason is here. Jason, let's get you on screen. Where you at, bud? I see you in the bottom, but I can't see you here for a minute. Did you, let's remove that. Move it from the stream. Can you hear us, Jason? We're waiting for Jason to reboot. I believe he's having issues at the moment, which is cool. So, there's a lot of stuff going on, guys, and I truly believe that there's a lot of things that we could do to make life a little bit. There we go. Is he down there? When you do a live stream, things tend to 9 times out of 10, they tend to get a little wonky as we go along. But it is what it is. So we'll leave truth seekers. We'll get to the next one. So there's a historical mansion named the Maxwell Mansion. I don't know if y'all are familiar with it. It is a place that is up. Is he back? Jason, you there, bud?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
There you go, man. Yeah, now I can hear you, bud. How are you? You seem to be freezing a little bit. It's all right.
See,
There you go. You're flickering in and out. I don't know if it's me or you, but so what's the word at House Sound Paranormal right now, man? What are you guys working on? What are you guys doing?
how's it going?
That's going great, man. It's hard to hear you, but yeah, just tell us what you guys are up to, man. I know you guys are working out there and trying to get things together. Oh, we lost him. He'll come back. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. So, this paranormal researchers report hauntings inside Lake Geneva's historical Maxwell Mansion. If you are not familiar with the Maxwell Mansion, I'm pretty sure we're going to give you a little bit of what that looks like. So, let's get down to the pictures. We'll share screen for you. We'll get it up here for everybody to see it. This is one of those. I was reading this before, and this is one of those situations that's a little bit different. That is Ashley Bover, event manager at the Maxwell Mansion. She looks over historical photos from the hotel speakeasy and tavern where possible paranormal activity has been reported. If you guys don't know what a speakeasy is, I'm going to give it to you straight. Back during the days of Prohibition, they used to have these things called speakeasies. They were essentially what you would call a pub or a bar today. Speakeasies essentially was told to be called a speakeasy because you never spoke about it in public. The reason being is that alcohol was outlawed at the time. So with that being said, they told you to speak easy about it, where it got its name. So you would go there. It would be a place for, the people of town to come together, congregate, tell stories and things like that. So with that being said, before the new owners took over the Maxwell Mansion, the current owners wanted to know if the historical Lake Geneva Hotel is being visited by guests from long ago. Ghosts who never checked out. A team of paranormal investigators descended on the 163-year-old hotel during the Halloween weekend, which was cool. We did a show here that was rebroadcasting because I figured there wouldn't be a lot of people watching during Halloween, so I figured we'd give you a little bit of the back catalog that most of you haven't seen here yet, but I digress. The hotel during the Halloween weekend looking into reports that the property at 42 Baker Street is haunted. Luke Pfeiffer, along with his wife, who recently announced a deal to purchase the Maxwell Mansion, said he obviously would like to know if the Lake Geneva Front House Hotel has paranormal activity. Some of the comments that they made throughout this is, I've seen some things on the social media about it. Pfeiffer said, if something I'm interested in learning more about. He's very interested. Aren't we all, though, man? That's the truth. We all want to listen. Listen, we all want to go to investigation and get that EVP, that camera click, that video footage that just blows it out of the water. You know what I mean? It's something that we all strive for. So with that being said, this is something that's, I think, really cool that they're going into these places that they think they're not sure, So the Maxwell Mansion is built in 1865 for Dr. Philip Maxwell, who died 3 years later. Maxwell's wife, Jerutha Maxwell, lived in the property for about 25 years longer after his passing. The building has been operated as a hotel since at least the 1940s and now includes a carriage house stables with a total of 28 guest suites, as well as a ballroom, cocktail bar, and 3 acres of garden. Now, one thing I wanted to know about this is now I know that they're in the process of selling it, and it is a historical mansion. Are they still taking, excuse me, are they still taking on reservations for people to come here, maybe investigate, things like that? But let's see. We'll get down the article and check it out. Sorry about that. Anyway, it says the building is a hotel. We got that. Jay Hill, the founder of Wisconsin Paranormal Research, said he and his colleagues found numerous signs of ghostly activity during their investigation on Halloween night. So this is what I'm talking about with up-to-date news. These are investigations that have just recently happened. We're going to bring you everything we know about it so far. Hill said that the team recorded voices, footsteps, strange lights during a 5-hour overnight examination when the building has otherwise been empty. That is pretty phenomenal, and I truly think that, this is the stuff that Jason said he apologizes that he has issues due to the weather. John or Wayne, I'm going Wayne John. I'm going to send you the link right now. We're going to put it up in the screen here, so he can jump on if he'd like to. It's going to be it's going to be awesome to see him out here. He's going to tell us a lot of what they're doing out there in the Spirits Within Paranormal. I mean, they are literally all over the place. These guys do live all the time. They go live all the time, and they truly do great work. I've seen them do their lives and their investigations. They also do a podcast now at night, which is going to be a lot of fun. If you people haven't gotten a chance to see it, we're going to let him plug it all when he gets on. But yeah, so let's get back to the article while we wait. So even before going inside the historical hotel, Hill said that he and his crew had a sense of presence of otherworldly beings and activity. The energy level in that place, when you walk in, it felt charged. Now, haven't we all felt that before? We walk into a place, we believe it has some kind of activity behind it, and you get this feeling like the hairs in the back of your neck stand up, the hairs on your arm raise up a little bit. You get this charge. It's almost like in your soul. You know what I mean? So when this charge starts to go, you're like, oh man, things really start to like they really start to take off, and you're like, oh God. Then you get all different types of things that like start to happen. You start to hear things, you start to see things move. You felt like you're getting touched or pulled. I mean, it's truly exceptional, the things that can happen. So, with that being said, let's get a little further into the article and see what they've done. Let's see what else they accomplished here. So the energy level in that place when you walk in, it felt charged like some kind of lightning storm, static, things like that. That's all been known to happen during investigations. It could also basically not damage, but it could affect your equipment. It could affect the EVPs as well when you hear the static. We had a lot of positive responses. The paranormal investigation coincided with whatever that word is, with Maxwell Mansion annual Halloween party. But even manager Ashley Brower said that the investigation is not at all fun and games. Brower said that they have been many ghostly sightings in the hotel over the years, and the investigators take their work very seriously. 9 times out of 10, if you know a paranormal investigator, they do take their work pretty seriously. It's something that they pride themselves on. The people who are going into these places, if she doesn't know this, is they take what they do to another level. They want to convince you, or get, like I said, get that piece of evidence that is overwhelming to the fact that they can say definitively that this place has some paranormal activity. That's what we strive for as a team. Any team goes for that. So with that being said, it's pretty wild. It's a great thing that now she sees that, and they're making headway with getting people to notice what they're really trying to do, and it's when you have somebody who's somewhat of normal background and maybe doesn't believe the same as the investigating team, and you can sway them to fully believe that there is something going on, not just stories that they've heard. It's like each one teach one, and I truly think that that's an amazing thing. So the main idea is to help the living understand the dead, and the dead to understand the living. That's what she said, and to help coexist. Among the possible hauntings reported at the hotel, a little boy named Eddie, who became ill and died in the mansion, is believed to be inhabiting the hotel's attic. One employee reported going up to the attic and finding that the toys had been rearranged. Another supernatural being known as the Watcher has been reportedly seen sitting and watching guests who have stayed in the hotel. Inside the Speakeasy Tavern, it looks like somebody was at my window, and I'm going to get to what's going on around my place in a little while, but inside the hotel Speakeasy Tavern, employees reported seeing hangings, mugs, flying off the wall, and a bartender also found that a cash register kept ringing up its own order. Always a Bloody Mary. That to me, those encounters, I mean, let's 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 be honest. Those things sound crazy. All right, we got Wayne. Wayne's here. Let's bring Wayne in. Let's get back to the double screen and bring him in. Wayne, buddy, what's going on, man?
I'm really good, man. And yourself?
Not bad, not bad. Sorry to keep you up at 2 in the morning over there, but
No, it's fine. I just got up anyway and I thought I'd come on my phone, check what's going on, and I saw you live, so I thought I'd pop on and say hi.
absolutely, bro. We love you guys to death at Spirits Within. Tell us what's going on with you guys. What have you guys been up to? What have you been investigating? What have you guys been on? What's going on with you guys?
At the moment, not much because we're in a national lockdown again.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
that's
UK.
right.
So we're in lockdown till the 2nd of December at the moment. So we had to sort of bring our schedule down a bit. So we're doing a little bit less. We're still doing at least 100 a week. But it's not the actual whole team. It's just myself, Olivia, or my wife Vicky. But if they're busy, then I'll be doing solo hunts.
Wow.
Going forward, they are dangerous.
Yeah.
Very dangerous, especially when the places that we go to. Like I go to like two canals where murders have been happening. I do places like the Holy Well that's in the middle of some woods. So if you do them by yourself, they can be quite
Right.
dangerous because you've only got your one energy is you, where there's multiple energies of them. So it can get quite dangerous.
Well, that's it. They can feed off of you. You get a little bit winded, and you're by
Yeah.
water, I'm assuming. So you really got to be careful. Tell us
Exactly
tell us some of the backstory of the places that you're actually investigating right now. What's the backstory of? I know you said these murders. Is there anything like super horrific that happened?
Yeah. So I did the canal not long ago, solo by myself. And there was a man called Robert, I think his name, or they called him Rob. And
there we go.
He
It's
is
not me. It's not me. But go ahead.
but he was a known sex offender,
Right.
and he got caught and he got killed, murdered, but his body got cut up in parts and thrown into the canal in a black bag. So, and that's literally just down the road from myself, not far from when it happened. So, and he came through that night. And then also on that night, I was doing an investigation under a tunnel by the actual canal. Very narrow it was. And there's a rumour around here, around Yorkshire, 'cause that's where I live, in Yorkshire, of someone called the Canal Pusher. And he went around and he killed teenagers, young kids, by pushing them into the canal. And he would watch them while they drowned. So when I was under the tunnel, we heard, and not just me, my viewers as well, they heard grunts and growling, and they heard noises that shouldn't be heard. As that really did freak me. I mean, I'm by myself, I don't want to start hearing
bro.
that.
Of course. I'd be like, oh shit. Like, of course. But thank God you had the live audience with you. So it's kind of like you were by yourself, but there was people there to see what you were doing.
Exactly that. And then as I left the canal, I always felt like there was something behind me, and something touched me on my shoulder. As I looked around, I saw a figure of a man and a dog. I can't say it was a spirit. I can't say because I was too far away to say yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have been someone messing around or heard me playing a game that's walking his dog, or it could have actually been a manifestation of the spirit and the man of Robert, because he was known to have a dog as well.
Wow.
So very weird. Very.
That's awesome though. I mean, I love those things to me. Like, not only that, as probably your excitement was charging the area so much
it was
that this resonance of energy could just boop, and then there it is, and you see it, and it's almost like it's like you're peeking into what's happening, and no, like 9 times out of 10 when you're doing these things too, you're alone. there's some horrific accident or person that was involved in this place. So right off the bat, you have this uneasy feeling,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad that you had the live audience. Like I said, it's so crucial because well, I'm reading these articles about this place in Wisconsin, the Maxwell Mansion, and that's what we're all striving for, is that one definitive piece of evidence that we could say, see, you see right there, that's what it is. That's what we're working on. That's what we're trying to prove. And
Well, we catch so much, like, not all. I mean, we've had a few lives that are completely dead, and I like that because a quiet live, okay, there's not much going on. It sort of balances it, because if you go to an investigation, there's stuff happening all the time, every live. It's like, well, is it really? So if you go to a location where it's quiet, you get nothing, it sort of balances it, and it proves that we're not always trying to get evidence all the time. It can actually balance and help when we do get evidence. It's like, wow, it makes it more special.
absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, we did a fireworks show yesterday for our followers. No, it wasn't. It was on Friday. Sorry, it's early hours here. It was on Friday. We did a fireworks show, and my mum is part of the team. She's one of our screenshot snappers. So they take screenshots of the hunts. So they capture shadows or faces. I mean, they actually capture. So yesterday, I did a fireworks show. No, sorry, on Friday. Sorry, on the 6th, at 6:00 p.m. And I lit a firework off at 6 p.m. So it was 6 and 6 minutes past 6. So it's 666.
Right.
Just to see what I can get. And it was one of those flare fireworks, the sparkly ones that produce a lot of smoke. So I thought, let's do it, screenshot it, and see what you can pick up why I do 666. And they caught a face in the smoke. So I'll be publishing that tomorrow. But yeah, that got caught on then. And then we do things like we go to a woods. We do a lot of woods.
I've seen it. It's truly awesome, though. It's epic because you actually have people on the other side of the live, and they're feeling things as well while they're watching it, and they're trying to guide you too. That was one of the first lives that I saw was you guys, like doing an actual hunt like that, and it was like taken back. I was like, oh man, this is wild. This is awesome, and that's how we actually got to know each other too, because I was like, I got to get this guy on the show, So what you guys do is epic. Tell them about Wednesday nights when you guys do your show as well. You guys are starting a show, right? Or
yeah. So we're starting to do a talk shows because, like I say, in lockdown, we can't do much collabs with other teams, and we've got so many lined up. Like literally, I mean, we had 2 collabs cancelled over this lockdown, this COVID situation. We had trips to Wales, down to London, all planned. It's all going to get ahead, but then we had to cancel. So we thought of a way of collabing with other teams that you don't have to be in person. You can do it over social networks, like what we're doing now. So yeah, we went live on Thursday just gone, and we had a lovely chat with a lady called Irene. She's from Japan, and she's a lovely lady, absolutely wonderful. And we actually had a chat with her. She's from a group called World of Ghosts. And we literally spent almost 2 hours, and that's how long it went on, for a 2-hour chat. And when you talk to someone like that, you could talk to someone for ages, like so long, about their culture, ghost stories over there. And that's what we went into. We just literally talked about everything, not just about paranormal, about everything to do with their culture, their religion, everything over there. And it was absolutely amazing conversation. And some of the ghost stories were spine chilling, like literally, like they make ours over here look like, I don't know, walks in the parks.
Well,
but
think about their culture has been around for so long that there's so much, people lived in the same areas for like thousands of years, talking 4, 5, 6,000 years. So the possibility for entities to be there, or some kind of paranormal phenomena, is just it's astronomically more than it would be for us, especially in America. You know,
Yeah, well, we're planning to go to Japan next year. We're planning to go over there. Myself, probably another few team members with another team as well. Hopefully, a lovely guy called Philip from Beyond Dimensions. We're planning to go over there, stay with Irene for about a week, and do some hunts over there. There is a place that I want to go to that is highly dangerous, and it'll have warning signs outside it. You do enter, you will probably end up going missing or getting killed. It's called their suicide forest.
I've heard of it. I've heard
So
of it.
so we're gonna do stuff over there, but that's not gonna be live recording. But in case we do come across anyone that's has committed suicide, we don't want to show it live. So it will be pre-recorded for protection of that person and us as well. Because you can edit it, can't you? If you do come across, you can edit and cut things out, so so people don't get hurt or offended. But yeah, like that, we've got like lovely temples over there as well. We want to do some temples, some really nice Buddha temples as well. We want to go and visit. Do a lot of history on their samurais, warriors, and stuff like that as well. And just have some go to some of the old shanty towns as well and have some like really good interviews. You know, Islanders in Tokyo, so we want to travel a little bit outside Tokyo and have a really take the whole scenery in. You know, but that's what we're planning next year. Also, Wales. Plan to go to Wales next year as well. Do some bits in Wales, and then hopefully Ireland is will be on the agenda as well. Like I said, we're planning this, but it's all down to what happens, what we're going through at the moment. So it's just play it by ear.
Well, absolutely. And the thing about that is you're making connections worldwide now too, which is truly
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
And
we are.
and it gives you the ability to really go to these places that are like historic and monumental. It's really truly great. The one place I would tell you to stay away from right now is China, because in
Yes, yeah,
China they don't take well the ghost stories at all. You'll get ostracized, you get locked up. And if people don't know what the suicide forest is in Japan, for centuries, people, when they feel that they've dishonored their family, they walk off into this forest. It is a forest for this, and they take their own lives. They still do it to this day, which
yeah,
is
it is, yeah.
truly crazy, truly crazy.
And also there's apparently spirits in the forest as well. So even if you're just going through the forest, you've got no means of doing nothing like that. You just want to go for a walk. Someone goes to the forest. Apparently there's rumors of spirits in the forest that overtake your mind and make you feel like you want to do it, and they basically take this life from you to the point where you just want to. And that's why they have signs up. You know, if you go in, you probably won't come back. That's how dense it is, and it is creepy as well. I've seen pictures, just how it looks before you go in, and it's terrifying just by looking at it.
One thing you might want to invest in is an EMF cap. They use those EMF caps to block out Wi-Fi signal. It may give you a little bit of an extra, I don't know, some kind of extra coverage of your brain so it doesn't get in touch by, those spirits themselves. You never know.
But you said that we're known now. Well, not saying we're known, not well known, but we are getting there. We was in the paper, our local paper, just not long ago, in our local town newspaper, and was on one of the biggest talk shows on radio as well. I went on live on radio as well not long ago. I went on a radio called Talk Show. Talk Radio. My apologies. And I had like a 10-minute chat on there. So it was pretty good. It was pretty awesome. And like I said, people from Australia now are watching us. Japan, I'm from Japan. People from America are also now watching us. So it's we are getting there slowly. We've only been going since June. So
that's tremendous, bro.
No one knew us. No one even knew of us at that time. So 6 months in, and well, we are doing really well. We're doing really well for ourselves. So, and we've got some big names that want to collab with us lined up. I'm
going to tell you why that is because the work you do is sound, it's good, and you guys are putting forward something that most people, you're pioneering this the way you do it. Like when you started with those lives, you're pioneering and you're doing this thing, and I truly think that it's going to be monumental. Like just like when I started, it wasn't like this show was just a flash in a pan. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing. It was a pandemic hobby. So now it's getting to a point where we're getting recognized too. So I
Yeah,
see
it's good.
you guys going up, and then I'm going up. It's like we're like kind of like the new age of paranormal. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and we bring things that fresh. We use a device that no team's got that I've seen them use at the moment, and that's what you call a smoke box. So it was I saw it actually. I saw a little one on someone's live. I can't remember who live I watched, but I saw it. I was like, that's not bad, but I probably can like redesign it and do, and like sort of like not do it better, but try and make my own sort of thing. And so I came up with the idea. I gave it to my mate Rob Bob in our team, and he basically designed it. And what it is, it's basically a box that has a fan on top, and the fan basically sucks upwards, so it sucks the smoke up. We burn smoke capsules, pellets that you use for your fireplace. So we basically put that inside, fills the box with smoke. You turn the fan on, and it powers the smoke up into the air. Then we use laser pen, grid pen lights. We shine them up and one across, so like they basically cross each other.
Right.
And the images we have produced by that is amazing. Like actual faces of humans and spirits are caught in that smoke. It's amazing.
I love innovation. Innovation is like tech stuff is my stuff. That's kind of why I became the lead investigator of the group that I am now, because
Yeah,
I have like a lot of different ideas that kind of outside the box. I haven't made my own stuff like you have, but man, I'm telling you, when we get there, it's going to be a totally different ball game. I'm going to have like I love research too. So I'm contemplating whether I should go in knowing the history or
yeah.
not, and then figure it out afterwards. You know what I mean? But I mean, you guys are truly like on the cutting edge of it, and I think that that's truly amazing. You're innovating the game, and that is so important. It's so important because you may have this idea that's going to revolutionize how people do their investigations. That's going to give them that solid evidence that they can see it, and then that also helps define a picture. Smoke and lasers, people don't realize when you go to a club, like, and you see the outlines of people's faces. It's like a different world, you know, like when they do like the fours that go like this across, and you see the person's face, and it actually hits the bottom, and you see where it stops, the actual laser going up. That's the kind of stuff you guys are doing, so you can see the image that's not passing through too. It's truly remarkable, man.
It is definitely, and we've got quite a fast team as well. As you guys seen, we've got 13 members that are part of the team. Most of them are on social media, but we've got like 9 team members that go out. So I'm the lead investigator. I'm the one that's like the boss, the one that's in charge. But I don't see me in charge. I think we're all equal within the team. I don't believe one person should be in charge. I think we should all have a say in what happens.
Absolutely.
But I am the lead investigator. Then you've got Helen. Helen Jane is a psychic medium. Well, she's really known in Yorkshire, basically Huddersfield and Leeds. But she's also been with Sally Morgan. She's worked for her. Really well-known psychic medium around the world. So she's really good. I mean, she's fantastic. She doesn't know nothing about the history where we go. We do. We do the research, and that when I come on to Olivia. Olivia is our historian. So she goes down, she does all the research, picks up, and she literally digs deep into these locations. So she finds things that people don't normally hear or see, but she finds it. Helen does not know nothing. We have a cameraman and an equipment tech specialist called Ryan. And then we got our other panel investigators. We got more than just me, of course, but we've got Danielle, we got Rob Bob, we got Helen, and we got her husband Gary, and my wife Vicky as well. So it's a big team, but we only been happening recently at 6 because of lockdown rules. We had up to 6, and now it's just down to me until it's eased off. But once we get the team back out there again in the whole glory, we've got some amazing locations planned.
That's awesome. I can't wait. You tell me when and where, and I'll promote them as much as I can for you guys and make sure that people see you, man, for sure. Also, I believe sometime next year we're going to work on a convention. I want to get you guys from England over here so you can come and sit down and promote yourselves. I'm not sure where it's going to be at or any of the specifics, but I am going to start putting something together so we can do a big convention, have all these people, you know, all the different paranormal teams meet, let people come and see you. And I'm in New York, so it's going to be big. No matter what it is, it's going to be grand, bro.
We actually want to come to America. I've always wanted to come to America. There's so much in America that I would love to do. Probably not in my lifetime, to be fair. There's so many locations that we want to go to. You know, we know that America have high links to Native Americans. You know, their land is cursed, and with that comes stories and tales and all that. And there's one place that I would love to go called Skinwalkers, Skin Crawlers, I think they're called.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, and I would love to go to the caves there and really investigate them, and also Tombstone.
Down in Texas.
Tombstone. You know, and just literally sit down and really do deep investigations there, you know. But like I said, that's gonna be that's our dream, is to do America, tour America. But we want to do Amazon Prime, you know, get onto Amazon Prime, do little shows on there. We actually want to do TV eventually as well, you know. So it is a big step, you know. It's what we want to do, but it's goals that we can reach if we work hard, try hard, and keep pushing in the right direction. You know, everything we do at the moment, we don't charge for nothing. Everything we do at the moment is free of charge. We've got no subscriptions. We've got nothing whatsoever at the moment. So that's how I love it. You know, I love just keeping free content to our followers, you know, as much as we can. You know, I mean, eventually we might have to do subscriptions and stuff to get better equipment, better
of course,
better locations.
It only helps. It only helps to further sometimes to build your operation and do that. We have subscription services with this, but we're not promoting them as much. Just if you want to help, you can help. If not, we're going to show you what we can do first. Then we'll go to that side when we need to, you know, when things get ramped up.
Exactly that. And I'm on also, while we're in lockdown, I'm trying to bring a gaming side to it. I'm a gamer as well. So I do both. I do gaming and I do paranormal investigations, but I'm trying to mix and blend the two as well. Because there are games out there that are dealing with the paranormal. So you're trying to sort of bring that sort of like audience in as well. You know, not everyone likes gaming, but try to bring that sort of side in. So more people interested in the page. And then after lockdown's over and we can all sort of meet up in safe numbers again, we have local guests that can come along. If we're in your area, you can come along as well, you know. So, and there is no charge. I won't charge people to come on an investigation with us. We can do it for free, so can they. So that's how I see it, you know. It's all about enjoying, experiencing paranormal at the first hand, you know, and working together and building this network of friends, because we have made a load of friends by doing this, and just being in a happy place, you know, and brighten people's days up when they're going through tough times. So
absolutely. And the thing about it too is once people once they get a taste for like the paranormal itself, when they go on those investigations, they tend to want to go back because they get enveloped in what it is. Not only that, the thing with TV too, just to go back on a few things, TV is a lot about who you know. And I'm pretty sure that there's people in your network already that are working towards that. You just you got to talk to them about it. Just same with us. You know, I didn't know that the person that I'm working with was like talking to a bunch of people. It's like, it's wild, you know, it's wild. So we may end up on some kind of TV thing as well. We're working on it, you know, but you know, so it's a, you guys are definitely headed in the right direction, man. And I appreciate you coming on, touch base. And it's funny that you say you want to come to America too, because my dream is to go to England and investigate the castles, then go to Prague. And there's a couple of places in Prague that I really want to get into. You know, I like Europe too, you know?
Yeah, we haven't done a castle yet, but we have got a few plans. A few that are actually open, as you can go any time of the day. They're quite ruins more than an actual castle. Some of the castles over here you have to book out, and some might even let you investigate. So it's all about finding the right ones. I mean, I'm from Yorkshire. I'm not from Yorkshire, but I live in Yorkshire now. And Yorkshire is one of the biggest counties in the UK, and probably one of the oldest, apart from London, of course. But it is very old. I mean, the average building around where I live is between 200 to 300 years old. So, and a lot of
Epic.
it is, and then there are a lot of mills. So where I live, it's all textiles. So it's like all factories and mills and stuff like that. And believe it or not, children used to work in these mills. When we go to investigations, 9 times out of 10, we do get a child spirit coming forward, but then we get a angry male spirit or female spirit want to shut that child up, because how we see it in the paranormal world, you know, children are still children. They want to play. They want to be a child still, you know. So when they want to make themselves known, and they do quite often, the older spirits, it's like they want to keep them quiet and hushed. So they get not nasty, but they get quite strict, and they come across quite strong. You know what I mean? So that's the evidence that we normally get around here. But yeah, we could do this again. Like we could do this again. You can put us on and do an in-depth interview.
Absolutely.
It'd be amazing. I'd love to talk to you.
Absolutely, bro. And the funny thing about the children too is there's always like a watcher, like you said. There's always that
Yeah,
elder
always a watcher.
spirit that's like, you shut up now. Like that's it. You've said what you said. Now stop, because you're going to give us all away. You know what I mean?
Exactly that. And when I come on and talk to you next, we'll talk a bit more about transfiguration. I've started practicing doing that now, and I actually got myself a black mirror.
Oh man,
a black obsidian mirror, and it is very dangerous. I've heard it's very, you got to have it around protection, and you've literally got to be careful, because that's like, you got like mirrors, as we know, are portals, but apparently black mirrors, obsidian black mirrors, are highly dangerous. So they are definitely links to the other side, and not only just one side, many sides. So
that's
you don't know
true.
what
That's true. I had a guy come on I was on another network, and he had a portal in his basement, and I was like, "What's on the other side of that portal?" And he's like, "It's like the in between." He's like,
Yeah.
"There was good spirits and bad spirits coming through." So it was like a middle ground. It was the wildest episode we've had. It was actually 2 episodes back to back, because this guy like died of cancer and came back right at the end, like, and was cancer free, saw the light of God. I mean, this was a crazy tale that we got into. It was phenomenal story. But yeah, man, I can't wait till we can get to a little more in depth, and then we'll have some of your people come out with you too, and we'll get to meet.
Definitely. I'll get my team on as well. You know, you talk to Helen, and probably talk to Ryan as well. Ryan's really good. He's working on a website at the moment for us as well. So we're starting getting a website together. Basically because people know us, but I want them to know us. So we're having like a little info of who we are, why do we do this, so people can get to know us. And that's what it's about, you know. It's about to get to know us in a personal level as well. Because as we want to get to know you, all our followers, you know, because everyone matters. Everyone's voice matters. So that's how we see it.
Absolutely. And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm building a website for this show. And if you guys want to, like, what we do is we're going to try and put out some kind of newsletter. So if you guys have like an investigation breakdown, you want to write something, shoot it over to mine, kind of like a, you know, so it brings people your way, my way, and we can interact with it too.
It's about always building and working with each other and building each other up.
Because I'm going to have like a newsletter that goes out maybe once a week or once a month of all the investigations that I've talked to people about and their personal experiences, something to read too, you know. It's not just watching it, it's about reading it too, because then you can take certain tips that they did and implement them in your own investigations. It's going to, you know, I think it's going to be truly helpful, you know.
Exactly that, buddy. Exactly that. So that's great.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. I thank you for coming on, man. It's been truly epic.
Come on. I'm actually going to go probably watch you for a little bit and then probably off to bed. It's 2 a.m. in the UK here. So
well, good night, bro. I appreciate you. Awesome talk, man. We're going to get together. We're going to really talk about everything that's going on. All right.
That'd be great. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks
Cheers.
for stopping by, bro.
Bye-bye.
Later. That was my good friend, man. That was awesome. Wayne came, stopped by. We've been talking a lot. He's a really good dude. Please check the Spirits Within. They have a group that they are a part of. They also have a page. Check it out. If you like video games too, he's really into that as well. A lot of different stuff going on over there. So check them out, please. Truly awesome people. I know from across the pond, if you didn't notice. So we're making connections everywhere as well. It's truly a great community. And the more we bring everybody together to do our thing, the faster we'll get things out there for everybody to know. So now, we're not going to go back to that specific article right now. What I am going to get into is a little bit of what's going on around here. This isn't just a paranormal show. We talk about everything. And let me ask you all a question. You guys have a neighbor that truly gets at your goat a little bit? This person just does the most objectively ridiculous things that you've ever seen. Does anybody have that? Because, I live in an apartment, okay? And in my apartment, there's other apartments around. We have a guy who literally took a turkey from a lady down the hall, right? Cooked it. It was like a year old, this turkey. Cooked it and it's been feeding the animals outside. I go outside the other night. There's a whole family of raccoons out there. All right. They're sauntering away. I'm like, what do I do? If I get too close to the babies, the mother's going to kill me. So they'll tear you up. You know what I mean? I had to get that out there, get it off my chest. It's the only place I could do that kind of stuff. So, what's really going to happen is I'm going to end up feeding him the turkey, and I'm going to put him in a sheet with the turkey in his pockets and let the raccoons come and get him. But then I went out to the car one night and I'm hearing growling coming out of the woods. I mean, it's truly crazy, truly crazy. So one other thing we're going to talk about tonight is we're going to talk about some UFOs, man. UFOs are fun. UFOs are great. They are also considered paranormal. They have spotted UFOs in Hawaii. They're not sure what they are. So these UFOs are, we're going to share a screen real quick so you guys can see the UFOs as well and see what we're looking at. But there is a video that goes with it. Let me try and get that to full screen for you. We're going to see if we can get it a little bit bigger so you can watch the video as well. As you can see, there's something going on there. It, to me, looks more like possibly a satellite re-entering the atmosphere and basically just crumbling into the atmosphere and exploding on impact. But they're calling it a UFO as we speak. So with that being said, we're not really sure what that is, but they found that. So, guys, I want to hear about what you guys thought so far in the comments. If you're out there and you're watching, and like I said before, pinned inside of the comments is a place where you can come in and talk about things, any topics that you want. One thing I really want to talk about is, there has been these entities that people have been seeing that are a little bit different than other entities that they've been seeing during investigations. A couple of people that I know have witnessed, everybody sees that the little kid, like Wayne said, or the white lady, the lady all in white. They've been seeing these dark figures without faces, and nobody truly knows what they are. And I've talked to about 6 or 7 different teams so far, and it has been more of an occurrence every time that they go out. They see these same figures, like it's almost like it's following them. So what I want to know is what you guys think that they might be. Personally, I think that this has a lot to do with the Great Awakening. If those of you who don't know what the Great Awakening is, they say that there is a spiritual enlightenment going on, a new age of spiritual growth. So what these are, to my knowledge, what I believe is that they are the adversary of that spiritual awakening. These are the dark energies that are coming up more and more and more as people become more enlightened. I truly feel that what's happening is the dark energy is also trying to perform this heightened experience or heightenedness of that specific of like even Wayne said it, he has a story of over there of spirits without eyes. And I truly think that it's something that, like, the light is gaining traction and really raising its vibration. I truly feel that the dark is lowering its vibration and either letting these beings to our basically to our realm, or we really don't know. So in the comments, even if this is after the show, please tell me what you guys think and what you're feeling is the what these entities actually are, because truly it's a mystery. And the more and more people go out, the more and more they're seeing these things, and they're actually like, it's almost alarming how many people are actually seeing these things around. So it's truly a pivotal moment on this planet with spirituality and this awakening of the mind, the consciousness. And there's a lot of different a lot of different theories on what happens when you die, and I think that truly has something to play into this whole thing too. So it's kind of crazy. I think that there's a lot of things that still need to be discovered or explored. And so we're going to get to another article. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the MSU Paranormal Society to share their thrillers on Halloween. This was something that was truly crazy. And basically, this is Michigan State Paranormal Society. And Michigan State Paranormal Society they are not truly friends of their show, but what they are is they're a very, very big team. Very, very big team. So we're going to share this tab so you guys can see this as well. We'll get into this article as well. So Halloween stirs up discussions of hauntings and the unexplained events. However, this is the reality for Michigan State Paranormals year-round, right? Michigan is supposed to be a very, very big hotbed of paranormal activity. Why? We don't know. Whether it's checking out Mayo Hall, Howell Opera House, or the Soup, whatever you call it, cemetery, co-presidents Emily Springer and Brianna Shear are well-versed in Michigan haunting scenes. If anybody out there is from Michigan, I want you to tell me why paranormal seems to be like there seems to be a lot of heightened places that have these manifestations of entities in them, or the paranormal activity is pretty crazy. What the same goes with Ohio as I think about that. And that's actually where RU Media is from. It comes out of Ohio. So, a lot of this is really relative to what we talk about. But so let's get back to Michigan State Paranormal. They say we investigate and look at the different paranormal anomalies that occur. Anywhere between ghosts to aliens to conspiracy theories to cryptids. This is a group that I like, okay? Because I'm all about all those things myself. Our group, Enchanted Visions Paranormal, will be doing the same thing. We'll be exploring everything. There is so many things to be learned, and there's so many correlations between all four of those different subjects that it truly will blow and boggle the mind if we really go into them. So Shear said, one of our big things that we do as a club is go on paranormal investigations. Well, of course, that's what we're here to talk about. That's what we're here to learn about. So to complete their investigations, they use the basic equipment such as flashlight cameras and voice recorders. They are also more advanced equipment like electromagnetic meters, Boo Buddy, and a spirit box. Personally, love the spirit box. Love EVP. It's my favorite part. So a Boo Buddy is a stuffed teddy bear that notifies the group of a temperature change and encourages spirits to interact. Truly, it's for children, but even greater big spirits will love to interact with this specific type of box or this specific type of instrument. So, I mean, truly what this is just, it's absolutely wild. Thank you, Wayne. We appreciate you, buddy. Have a great night, man. We really like you coming on, bro. We love our friends here at Full Spectrum Universe. Wayne and Spirits Within is truly friends of the show. We appreciate you, and we give you mad shout outs. Everybody go follow him. He's really, truly a great guy. So this Michigan State Paranormal, this Boo Buddy that they use, which I think is something that I haven't used yet, but I would definitely be inclined to use it. I think that temperature changes are definitely something that we need to look at while investigating, because there's not normally little pockets of cold air that dip 3-4 degrees, maybe 1 or 2. Yes, 3 or 4. It's abnormal. So that shows you that there might be some type of resonance of buildup of energy or something like that. And one of the reasons, I was actually did a show last Monday night with Kendall and Vera Welpton. One of the things that they asked me was, why do I think that entities drain batteries, right? And truly, it's just, we'll get into that a little bit later, but think about it before we go into it, because I have a theory. I want to run it by you. I want you to tell me what you think. So basically, as for the meter, Shear said the theory is that the spirits can manipulate the electromagnetic field. The meter detects fluctuations in the field. However, the group has to stay away from lights, phones, and outlets. They can disturb this tech. So it's very interesting when you're in the middle of the woods and there's nothing around you, and you have the electromagnetic reading suddenly spike all the way up. That's what Shear said. Truly, you know you have something on the precipice of what you're doing. Another type of equipment is a spirit box, in which the Shear is a skeptic of. The box scrolls through radio channels at fast pace, creating white noise that the spirits can manipulate. Before we go any further to that, I'm going to bring it to me real quick. Now, if you go back to the premiere episode on this channel or on this network that we did with a gentleman by the name of Ron Iacovati and Lourdes Gonzalez, they do a spirit box that is different than any other. I suggest you look at it. This spirit box will change your perception on EVPs, and that is a guarantee. They use an old school method. This old school method does not go through radio stations. It goes straight through white noise. Going straight through white noise, you get to hear the dips and the pitch change inside of that EVP. And what that does is it gives you the ability to really listen and really see where this takes place, how, when, and why. It gives you the complete package. There is a lot of work to be done to decipher what's being said. But when you get that clear-cut soundbite, you will be happy with it. I promise you that. I promise you that. It is truly phenomenal what they do. Check them out. They also have a page on YouTube. I will link it in the comments later. Check out their work. They have a whole bunch of videos to back it up. They are truly epic. They're truly, truly epic. So, getting back to the story, the group has had several unexplained events. Shear and the group heard voices of children at the Howe Opera House. I've always wanted to go there myself. And smelled a sweet scent over the grave of Elizabeth Soap at the Soap Cemetery. According to Shear, Soap was supposedly a persecuted witch who lingers around the cemetery where she was buried. That place, the Soup Cemetery, is really spooky, and almost every time we go there, we get evidence of some sort of paranormal anomaly. The group also explores the campus areas such as Mayo Hill, which Springer said is to be rumored to be haunted by Mary Mayo. If we don't know who Mary Mayo is, please check her out. They're going to give you a little excerpt. The rumors are that Mary Mayo could still be seen walking around after dark. We hear that about every place you go. Every place you go, there's going to be somebody who still walks around after dark. But the story behind Mary Mayo is truly intriguing. If we get a little bit of time tonight, I will Google it so we can pull it up. The main thing is the Red Room, right? The main thing is the Red Room. You know, Mary Mayo is seen walking around. There's a piano in the hall. The place is open after dark. But like I said, the main thing about this is the Red Room, which I think that closed down fourth floor, which people say it's been closed for asbestos. Springer says people who know no one should be up there, and that something's clearly moving around. So, truly, I think that this is like something that really needs to be explored more, because even though there's asbestos up there, I think that it's truly, truly great that that's the case. And I believe we may have somebody else coming in with us. And it is my partner. She is part of Enchanted Visions Paranormal, which is something that we work on. It's a truly great story, guys. You should check this out. But really, 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 it's really cool. We had everybody come on tonight. I appreciate it. Well, there's a limited amount of people on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move you to the side because I'm going to get myself some coffee while we do this. And hopefully Melinda will join us in the next few minutes. Melinda is my teammate. She is the psychic medium of the group. She truly has exceptional skills. She has been on quite a few of my shows. She was here with Sky and Lily. That was another great show that we did. But as we all know, we are wearing ourselves into the wee hours of the evening. So I apologize for that. At the same time, this show has been shared out 99 times tonight. I appreciate you. Let's get it to 130 if we can. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, I'm going to be doing a few things here to promote as we do right now. Right now, we are being broadcasted on RU Media. If you look up at the icon that is on top of this page, please go there, like, and follow what they do. They're truly great. We also have a Patreon where you can get extra content on every episode. We do smaller episodes. We do other big episodes. Please, for only $2, you get all these extra videos. Right now, there's about 12 videos being able to unlock over there. So if there's anything that you have that you enjoy about the show, please check it out. We also have ones for subscribe stuff for people who don't like to use Patreon. Some people are against it. Who knows? The other thing we have for people is if you have a small business and you would like to reach thousands of people, we also do for $100 a month. There is a tier where we will read your advertisement out twice on every show. I don't want to harp on this too long. That's not what this show is about. As we get bigger, hopefully that will come. But with that being said, we have there is an article that I really want to go over, and I think that is truly, truly epic, this article, and I really want people to basically take into consideration what this means. So as I share the screen for this article, we're going to share it up. So here we are. As you can see, the Milky Way magnetar likely source of a fast radio burst. So they're saying within the Milky Way, within the Milky Way, there is sound bursts and radio bursts that they're picking up. And truly, truly epic is the fact that they're finding this. First, I thought that they were coming outside of the universe itself. And now they're finding out that they are coming back into the Milky Way. One of the crazy things about this specific story is for a very long time, we have been projecting out into the universe, right? So now that we're finding that there is stuff inside of our universe, not like so much giving us content back or giving us information back, but it's truly wild that they're finding within the Milky Way, there's sources of radio. Where they're coming from, we're going to go over it. And this is from November 6, 2020. This is from the astronomy page at Astronomy Now. This is the UK's best astronomy magazine. It's one of my personal favorites. Big shout out to them. So, for the first time, astronomers have detected a fast radio burst, an FRB, in the Milky Way. A titanic outburst of X-rays and radio waves that are generated in the fraction of a second. Until now, FRBs were only seen in other galaxies, and their sources were a mystery. So, basically, what we're talking about is something that was so outside of our universe is now inside of our universe. So one thing I always say to people is Earth is a microcosm to the universe, which is the macro. But there's beyond the universe is the infinite possibility of all different universes that we can go to, whether it be dimensional, whether it be in space and time alone, on this plane of existence, another plane of existence, parallel dimensions. There's so many possibilities, right? So as we go through this, we're going to talk a little bit more about what this means, right? Now, astronomers at multiple institutions have pinpointed an FRB spotted in the Milky Way and conclude it most likely was generated from a magnetar. If you don't know what a magnetar is, we're going to get into that too. It is a super magnetized neutron star with many times the mass of the sun, which when they talk about mass and planets, it means that it's condensed matter so solid that nothing, and I mean nothing, can go through it. Sound waves will get caught up in it. Light waves will get caught up through it. So the fact that these FRBs are emanating from these actual planets means that there's some massive, massive source that is pushing them out into the atmosphere. Truly, truly remarkable. There's nothing on this Earth that acts like that. So it's something we have to take into consideration because, apologize, I'm getting hoarse, but I've been talking for 2 hours straight. But this is truly the stuff that makes, it makes our universe great at such a grand scale and level that we really have no idea what's going on out there. And it's for us to take this knowledge in. And most of the things that happen out there, they still happen right here, right? On a different level. It's a different level. So let's keep going. While it's not clear yet how the magnetar. Oh, I apologize. So, with many times the mass of the sun, the magnetic field generated by the magnetar can be 1,000 times more intense than that of a typical neutron star. A neutron star is bigger than our star is the sun. A neutron star is not as hot, but it is way bigger than our sun itself. They usually burn at a bluish hue or a gray light hue, as seen by this picture here. Okay? They have this light blue type of essence around it, right? So basically what we're looking at here is this tremendous star is putting out fast radio bursts. Now, if there's a way that we can decipher what these radio bursts are, it will give us a little inkling of what the universe is doing. So it says, while it's not yet clear how the magnetar in question generated this observed outburst, researchers at least have identified the probable source. Like I said to you, this is an epic, epic thing, right? It has to be so crazy and so there has to be so much like force behind this. We actually have somebody else coming in right now, so we're going to take a hike on that article for just a minute. We've got Rescue Media Melinda. Hello, Melinda. How are you?
Hey, Rob. How are you? I'm doing good.
I'm good. I'm good. Were you live tonight?
I was.
How did that go?
Oh my gosh, they wanted me to stay on, and I'm like, guys, I've got to go. So
what do you got going on now? You stopping for the night, or you just swinging by for a little while to hang out and say hi to everybody?
Yeah, I thought I'd come in and just say hi and see what you guys are doing.
Awesome. One thing I want you to tell everybody is about our team. The team that we've put together, the things we're going to investigate, which is pretty much everything, and some of the things we may have lined up in the near future.
Okay, yeah. So our team is Enchanted Visions Paranormal, and so some of the things that we're going to be investigating, especially here, some places in New York I've been looking at, but I've still got to contact these people. But here in Arizona, what I've got lined up is the Medgley Bridge, which is in Sedona. Then I have, used to be a brothel, but then it was a hospital, and it's here in Arizona. One of the big things, there's a prison that's shutting down here. It's in Florence, Arizona, and nobody's ever investigated it. They are currently removing all of the inmates to a different prison, and so it's going to be empty. And there's a graveyard on site, and there's been a lot of weird things going on. And I have already been contacted on about coming there because there's a lot of activity that's going on, and we'll be the first team in on that one. I'm setting it up for us to go to Waverly, and that's
nice.
A very big place. So there's just a lot of different places that I'm looking at, but those are for sure some of the places that we will be doing.
And we will be videotaping all of it. At the same time, we will be live streaming some of it as well. So please be prepared to basically watch what we do. We're going to be very thorough about things when we get to it. What else is coming in the future, Melinda?
Well, some major things. I will just briefly touch on those, but some of the things, and of course, Rob is in on this with me because we're a team. We are going to be doing a TV show. Right now, that's the only information we can give out, as Rob knows. And but there's a lot of different things that's coming up. I'm talking to different places. I'm in contact with Netflix. and that's one of the places I really want to get on with. YouTube is another one that I'm working with, and so I'm just going to get us everywhere, Rob.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not opposed to that, and I think that some of the ideas that we have for the shows going forward are going to be truly epic, truly epic. I've been working on a couple myself. They're not fully panned out yet, but we're going to get to that as well. And I just think that this is going to be a phenomenal ride. See. This is what I was trying to tell people is that what I have, make your own story again, like we did with
Right.
with the Welptons,
Hmm.
and we interviewed the Welptons on Monday. Truly phenomenal people, and basically the reason why I did that is because we're in the process of making our own story. We're going as far as they will let us go, and if not, we'll go further and push further. And it's truly, truly a great thing, but everybody has to take in the same considerations for themselves. Push to a higher level, get yourself out there, do whatever you can, make those connections, man, because it's truly going to end up helping you take off from whatever you're doing as well.
That's for sure. And one of the things that I've learned being in the paranormal field is that there's going to be some drawbacks. There's going to be some negativity from people, but don't ever let that stop you. Just keep pushing, because the more you push, the further you're going to go.
Absolutely. I mean, this was a show tonight. Like I wasn't really looking for anybody to interview this evening. I'm glad you and Wayne came on, but what I'm trying to do is, it's been a while since I did an episode of just myself and talking
Hmm.
about articles and about like upcoming news and things. Cause I do research all the time. So I found a lot of different things that we could talk about, but I haven't actually gotten a chance on this specific network to connect with the audience a little bit. So I figured I'd take that time today to really connect with them and show them the stuff that I look at on a daily basis and, where my motives are and what I'm doing. So it's truly awesome because being on this, and I appreciate you, Melinda, because this team wouldn't be possible without you. And we do another show together, and you're truly an amazing person. And one of the things I love about you is that you try and help people at every avenue, and it's truly admirable. It truly is. So if you guys don't know who Melinda is, you're living under a rock yet again, like I say all the time. Get to know her. We have a Enchanted Visions paranormal page or group. You should go and do that too. We're going to put it in the comments as we get through it. I'm getting hoarse because I'm talking so much. So tell us a little bit about your live tonight. What did you find out for people?
Well, tonight, whenever I was doing my readings, oh my gosh, it went from one thing to another, and it was just you never know what's going to come through. And that's, I think that's why a lot of people really like for me to do the readings, because no matter, because it is live, a lot of times things come through that are not positives, and so I am always honest, and I tell them if it's if it's something negative, then this is what's going on, but you can turn that into a positive even though it is a negative. And so they were just saying tonight, how awesome the readings were, and how they really appreciated me being honest, because a lot of times what they say they get is when they go to a reader, especially if it's a card reading, is it's always full of love and everything positive, and they're like, that's not really how life is. And so and I try to do both sides of it. If I see anything, whatever it is, I'm going to tell you. And so, and this one person, he was brand new on last tonight, and I was telling him what I was seeing. He was like, "Oh my God." And so he was like, you're spot on with that. And he said that is currently happening. But then I gave him suggestions on how to go about it and how to deal with it. And he was just like, he said, I would have never thought of to handle it in that way. So, it's just different with every person. So
That's one of the things that when we do shows together, I truly love is that flow of energy that goes around. And when you tell them something, I try and put it in a different way so they kind of
mhm,
understand it. And also, sometimes when you speak to mediums or psychics, they sugarcoat it, and that doesn't help anybody. If
no.
you have a psychic that's sugarcoating it for you, it's a turn off because it doesn't. You need to find out specific things. Specific things help you move forward in a way that the warning signs are there, the red flags come up. But the one thing I love about when Melinda does a reading for somebody totally new is their face and their shock or their awe when she hits them right between the eyes with the information. and they're like, "What?" Most of the time, they don't expect it. And it's truly awesome. I think it's just, I think it's awesome. Well, I think it is awesome. So, how about this? I know you may be tired, but for the people out there, why don't you do a reading for me? You
Okay,
don't
so
get you don't get to do that often.
right. So you want a card reading?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let me get the deck.
All right.
This is the new deck, and it is spirit cards.
Awesome. Awesome.
And these are the ones I used tonight, and everybody loved them. So let me get them out.
You see that, guys? We have a medium just come on. I get a reading for you. So you see, we all do it. It all happens. And then you can find out my future too, And she's one of the few people I trust to do the reading. There are a few psychics out there that I trust. Some, not so much. But and those few psychics know who they are. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I even tell people, to be careful. To be careful who you go to.
Hello, Emily. How are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And Carol's out there. Guys, I'm going to get a reading for me this time. Usually we read other people,
Right.
but I'm going to let Melinda read me this time.
All right, Rob.
All right. Hit me with it. Right between the eyes, Melinda. Let's go.
Okay. So your first card is Goddess Rising.
Okay. What does that mean?
So what I'm seeing in this is that you are a person that is very empowered, but there is an awakening coming for you. You know how I've been telling you have gifts?
Yeah, huh?
Those are fixing to come full speed ahead. And when they do, you're going to be shocked, because I honestly believe that you're really going to be able to connect to the spirit side of everything. And you're going to be able, what I'm getting the most is you're going to be able to hear very strongly with hearing. So that is one of the major things I'm seeing. But I'm going to pull card after card. You got the wolf spirit.
We've told me that before, too.
Yes, you're very connected to the wolf. And now there's something about a sense of belonging. And I believe that things that are coming full circle for you is why you're feeling like more of a belonging. Like before, I'm not saying you didn't feel belonged to, but now it's a more so as far as all the things that are starting to transpire in your life. Oh gosh, yes, you got the lion spirit.
Awesome.
So what the lion spirit is saying that you're going to be taking on some leadership roles. So that means that there's going to be other things that's going to be coming forth, because due to the fact of what we're doing, it's going to be opening up other doors for you. But when there's something about you're going to have to make a decision, and I feel that this decision is not based on us or what's going on with us. It's something very separate, and I believe it's to deal with someone in your life. It doesn't have to be someone close. It can be like an acquaintance, but someone and you're going to have to make a quick decision on something. That is coming up in the next 6 months.
Okay.
You got Blossom. So what this is saying, that things are going to be transpiring very quickly once they start. And I do see that within 3 months. So this is actually a reading for us both here in a way, because I'm seeing that the things that we're working on is going to come within 3 months from today's date. So there's going to be a lot of things coming forth for us. Now, you got Flight. So Flight, what I'm seeing for you is that there's going to be a need to ease into a situation, but you're going to have to let go of something to ease into that situation. And then later on down the road, there's going to be something about forgiveness. And so I feel the forgiveness is more of something that you've been holding on to. And so you're going to feel like guilt about something, but then you're going to forgive yourself, which is where you're going to let go of something.
Okay. I would assume it's the guilt of whatever I need forgiveness about, maybe. Huh? But
yeah, there's something that's going to transpire that's going to make you feel guilty about something. And so then in that process, you're going to turn around and forgive yourself from it too. So,
okay.
Hold on. Some cards are not for you.
Okay.
Um, mm-mm-mm. You got Lot Spirit. So Lot Spirit is about, again, your visions, your intuition, all of that's going to come very together. It's going to unfold. So that is even going to take you on a different path as far as you spiritually. So you're going to start using and seeing things differently than the way you currently see them as far as spirituality and the things of that realm.
Cool.
Okay. You got Jaguar Spirit. So this card is about the opportunity that is already laid forth to you. So this is saying there's going to be something that you're going to have to step into as far as these roles. And I do believe that that's what you've already done. And what this is just validating is because you stepped into where I asked you to be part of the paranormal team. I asked you, would you be the lead investigator / historian? So I feel that this is saying you've stepped into that. Now that role is going to take you in a lot more places. But there's something still yet to come up.
Okay. All right. All right. Whoever is on the RU Media account, hello. How are you? Is that you, Dave? I would assume that that's Dave or Eric. But go ahead, Melinda. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm just going through the cards. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go.
This is a wild ride, guys. This is a wild ride. Keep going. Let's
Wind
hear what's coming.
Spirit. So, when the Wind Spirit card comes up, especially for you, in the Native American way, the wind is our breath, but the wind is brother wind. So, you are very connected to the wind. You are very connected to brother wind. So, what that means is when you're trying to make a decision or you're like up in arms of, well, should I do this or should I not do that? If you call upon brother wind, you will get your answer. And the way you'll know it's the right answer, you will
The wind will
feel
blow.
exactly. Even if you're sitting inside, you will feel.
That's crazy because, and I'm going to tell you, I've done that. I've been outside and I'm saying, you know, if I want to do something, I need a sign. And the wind blows. I kid you not, the wind effing blows. That's wild.
You
That's
are
wild.
you're very connected to brother wind, and so and see that's why I have to go through the cards to see which one's for you. And
I'm getting a full detail reading. This is awesome.
yes, you
This is
are.
awesome.
Okay, you got crystal spirit.
All right. All right.
So this is going to tell you what crystals that you are connected to that you should have with you. And so the first one that I'm saying, I look, and the way I do these is I look at the picture and things like come out at me to tell me what I need to tell the person. So the first crystal is citrine, amethyst, tourmaline, green aventurine.
I have no idea what any of those are.
Well, I'll say I probably got every one of them. You ought to see the collection of crystals I have, and black tourmaline. And black tourmaline is one that I carry on me at all times. And if you are into crystals, or if you're not, black tourmaline is to keep everything negative away. But you need to carry your crystals on the left side of you, so like in your left pocket.
For your heart.
Right. Exactly. So those are the ones that you're very connected to. And so those are the ones you really need to have with you.
That's awesome.
Oh, Lord.
There's
Divine
more?
Union.
What's that one?
Divine Union.
Okay.
So this is just like letting you know that there's things that's going to be transpiring, things that you may or may not be aware of as far as a relationship, and that the union is going to be very divine and very unique and very different.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Have you ever been told about anything that you are connected to shamanism?
Maybe you told me that in a past life.
Well,
I was an Indian, I
mm-hmm,
think.
mm-hmm. Well, it's very connected to you now.
Okay.
So what this card is validating to you, if you will research, you know how you're good at that research.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to research shamanism. It's going to give you guidance. It's going to transform you to a certain degree and it will eliminate your aura and everything because you're very connected to shamanism.
Okay.
Very, very connected. Okay.
Wow. A lot of things coming out in this one, huh?
I know.
Hi, Amanda from Liverpool.
You got the McCall spirit. So this one is everything about you. It's showing to me that you're very unique than any other person. Your visibility, and what that means is you coming out for everyone to see who you are and what you're capable of. That is going to start occurring within 29 days. So something major is going to transpire within 29 days.
Okay.
So you got bear spirit.
You told me that too.
And so this is saying there's somebody in your life that you're needing to set boundaries with. And because if not, then that is going to cause some issues in the future that you are needing to stand and decide for yourself. And I know you are the person that will make your own decisions and you will go with it. But there's something that's going to be transpiring that you're going to need to set some boundaries to.
Okay.
Oh, you got warrior.
Of course.
Of course. And so this is telling you that you're very devoted in everything that you do or anyone that's in your life. Make sure you stay focused on the big picture. Make strongly that you stay focused. And there's something about the number 7. The number 7 is very unique to you in some way.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. We're nearly at the end of the deck. Let's see. Oh, wow. So your last card is Raven Spirit. And so this card is about letting you know the magic is in the air. There's going to be a rebirth of things that's going to be coming forth for you. And everything's about synchronicity, and know that things are happening exactly when they're supposed to. And whatever it is that is supposed to occur, there's not going to be any way anybody can stop it, that you're on your road to where you're needing to get to, and it's going to really fulfill and even exceed what you're expecting.
I truly believe that there's no such thing as coincidence, and I am behind that one 100%. 100%. Whew. Carol asked me to ask you about helping her friend tonight. What happened with that?
Oh Lord, Carol, now what am I supposed to say? Am I free to say everything or no?
That's Carol. Carol is like our sister. So
Yeah.
Carol, she's telling me to ask you because she wants you to tell me, because she knows that there's something real juicy in there that I should probably know about.
Okay, so she's got a friend that is met someone online, doesn't really know this person, but she's going to travel cross country to go meet this person.
Okay.
And so Carol reached out to me, asked me, what did I pick up on that? Was that a good thing? And I said, well, I'm going to need, at least a name. If you can give me a picture. So she sent me a picture, and I'm like, no, that's not a good thing.
No, it's probably what do they call them? Catfish. Probably a
Exactly.
catfish.
Exactly. So, me and her has been going back and forth, and tonight I actually done a reading for the girl on my live, and the card that come up was the owl, which is a warning. And I'm like, no. Whatever you're thinking about doing, do not do it right now. Step back from it. So we don't know if she's going to listen to us or not, but
Hmm. Damn.
Yeah,
They
it's
had
scary.
dinner. Carol's saying they had dinner. If she saw him, Carol, why would she ask if they're meant to be? Because of a long distance relationship? A long distance relationship is only what you put into it, right? So if they want to be together, of course they're going to be together. But I think that there's more to this than just that. She may be telling you she had dinner, Carol, but I don't think she did. I don't think they've ever seen each other.
Yep.
Right here. Right here. She's telling you that so you validate her situation.
Right.
But I don't think that that's the case. People do
So,
that. People lie to validate themselves. It's
yes.
a tremendously crazy thing. And that has to do with psychology. I'm not a psychologist. Yes, she did. Yes, she did what? She saw him or what? Or what? She lied to you. Who do you believe? You GPS'd her, Carol. Come on. Doesn't mean that she saw him. Did you GPS him at the same time?
Did you get a picture with them together?
Yeah. Proof is in the pudding, girl. Tell him. Tell him.
Yep. Yep. I mean,
She
there's
said
something.
yippee. I don't know if that means yes or no. She got a picture. Who cares? I don't. You know what? That's for that person to decide. I don't have to worry about that. So I'm not.
Right.
Got
The only
pics.
thing I was trying to tell her is it's a very dangerous situation, or could be. There's something that's just not right, and I just hope that her friend really thinks about it before she does it.
Absolutely. Those are always dangerous situations.
Yes.
You really have no idea who you're getting into, what you're getting into. It could truly be an epic fail. Epic
Right.
fail. You don't know what their past relationships gave with abuse, physical, mental. You don't know.
You don't know.
To me, that's just I don't know. It's asinine to do stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I'm just old school. I don't know. A little bit
No,
different, but
you're right, because I had a mother to come to me here. Well, it was back when I lived in Tennessee, and she says my daughter has met someone online. She's gonna go, and it's like we lived in Tennessee, and she was gonna go to California. And she says, I've got a picture of this guy, and she says, I want you to tell me what you get from it. So I sat there with the picture in my hand, and I'm like, this is not the person. And she goes, what do you mean it's not the person? I said, the person that she's talking to is not the person in this picture. I said, this is a picture he's giving. I said,
right.
have they ever spoke so they could see each other? And she's like, no, he says he doesn't have a phone that does that. And I'm like, but no, I said, it's not him. And then I said, if she goes, I said, there's something very bad going to happen. A week later, her daughter takes off, gets to California. Within 2 days, she called her, well, the hospital called her mom and told her mom that she was in ICU. This guy had beat her nearly to death.
Jesus.
It was very bad.
That sounds really bad.
Yes, yes. And she didn't pass or anything, thank the Lord, but it was very close.
That's
And
what I was
she-
going to say. It had to be close after that.
Yeah.
Like, this is why people need to protect. It's like Wu-Tang said, protect your neck, man. Stop being
Exactly.
stupid.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So I'm just very weary of those online things, and and you got to really know the person, and you got to like like me and you. If we're sitting here and we're seeing each other, we know what each other looks like. I'm
Right.
not seeing you a picture saying, "Oh, this is me,"
Right.
and that's what I'm seeing a lot of times is that people are just sending pictures and saying, "This is me," and people believe it.
Well,
And
here comes the other side of that, right? And I get it. I truly get it. People want to find companionship, and they'll convince themselves of this companionship to basically to envision this grand life that they're going to have with this person. If you watch 90 Day Fiance, 9 times out of 10, that shit don't work.
right, exactly.
There is proof out there. There's a whole series on it. Sometimes they move over there. Sometimes they move over here. That shit don't work.
Exactly.
But all right, we're coming up on the end, Melinda. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for coming in. Audience out there, thank you guys for tuning in with us, Carol. We'll talk to you soon. Everybody from Full Spectrum Universe, from Enchanted Visions, Paranormal. We will catch you on the next one. See you later. Have a great night. And everybody stay safe. Do the right thing. Until next time.